Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ballad Games, where we're back with the One Ring and the finale of the Ballad of Bardings. And our wonderful players who may or may not die horribly tonight, or heroically, depending on how you view it, will introduce themselves and their characters, starting across from me this time, no, other way across, with... Damn it, you're in the wrong places. Wait a second. How did this happen?
We're a professional bunch. It wouldn't be a Garblag stream without something like this.
There you go. There we go. With Dan M.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dan M. I am playing Ithildir, Knight Captain and High Elf of Rivendell, and Ithildir is a sad elf. He is disappointed and sad with the fate of humanity once again fighting amongst itself, as it has been through all the ages, as long as there has been man, and quite frankly he's getting a bit depressed about it. There was a glimmer of hope, but yeah.
Jesus, sad
Maybe.
elves.
Put your faith in hobbits.
Yeah, I think you're right. My list of,
Who
people
knows?
to have faith in Kristen.
The hobbits might turn out to be important for some reason.
Probably not.
But from that cheerful note, let's skip over to another cheery fellow. Dan below me.
Hello all, I'm Dan and I'm playing Astenon, the Ranger of the North, Warden, and he is also miserable.
Yeah.
and,
Shadow for everyone.
and so I will be like this.
Oh.
Miserable. But yes, that's me.
Yep. And then across again to down there somewhere. No.
Yeah, across
other way.
and that is Jim.
There. To Ben.
Now, not everybody is miserable. I am not miserable because I took a shadow scar because that's what heroes do. And I am playing Sigrun, daughter of Sigrid. And I am what would happen if you did some kind of horrible fanfic/fic mix-up of Boromir and Aragorn and Legolas and then gender flipped them.
I mean,
Try not to think about it too hard because it gets worse the more you think about it.
I'm not saying that the fate of Dale may be resting on you, but
But the fate of Dale is resting on me.
yeah.
Do
And
I take over as Queen of Dale and just off these two idiots? But that then plays into
that's an
what
option.
Anne wants me to do.
I wonder how much shadow I can give you for that.
All of the shadow.
And lastly, but by no means leastly, otherwise there would be no chips. It is Roger.
Leastly by mass.
I don't know. Have you seen the elf? Very skinny.
Yeah.
Lots of armor.
All armor.
Hi, I'm Roger and I'm playing Robin Burrows, the Hobbit treasure hunter, and I am not remotely miserable and I don't have any shadow scars. Because I like chips, not shadow.
I mean, it might be an idea for Robin Burrows to just turn around and go back to the Shire and leave these lot to it.
You know what? Bugger off.
Right. In that
He
case,
can't do that though, because if he does that, then Merry and Pippin will end up having been more important than Robin Burrows. He has to stick around so that he could become Esquire of Dale and get a little fancy outfit.
No, I just want to get some more cash and then go home and make myself a really big tater.
It's the biggest potato. Yeah. With that, I believe we shall get started. Now, out beyond the Dale of Dale, the valleys just beyond the reach of the city, in the deep mists that are swirling about the grasslands, a small hooded, robed figure is legging it across terrain as if he cannot become tired, in desperate search of a golden leaved flower known as a jewelweed. And within Dale itself, drawn into the palace by the guards and shown not to the court itself, but rather to a winding stair that leads up to the Tower of Dale, in which sits the king's study. We find Sigrun, Ithildir and Robin Burrows climbing the stairs as the mist kind of swoops around the outside of the tower, climbing ever upwards with them.
Do we still have our 2 dead ferals?
You do.
Okay, good. Just wanted to check
did.
that. Yeah. Just want to check we still have them on us, just in case we have to throw them.
To recap slightly, for last time, you were escorted into the heavily protected palace or court or whatever, King's Court of Dale, by a bunch of guards you have never seen before in your life, who look slightly, well, they're dressed somewhat differently to the normal guards of Dale and the King's Guard.
They got stubble.
They've got big bushy beards.
Makes it harder to see
big
the stubble.
Pointy helmets. So with that, which of the two groups, group being Astanon on his own, or the rest of you, would like to go first?
Do Astanon first.
Yeah. Okay. Your legs find their way into the sort of hilly, meadowy area where the burrows were last time, where you know the King's Cairn is located, but also a number of burrows to old, lost and forgotten kings of the north from times immemorial. And as you're stomping through, your feet seems to slide and slip further in the mud, and you clamber up one of the burrows, which is coated in flowers of all variety, in search of one particular flower.
The yellow flower.
Yeah.
Is there one here?
Have a look around.
What do you want me to roll?
Whatever you want.
Wait, what's that? Sorry,
you didn't think you were going to get away with it that easy.
I did, actually. I thought, I'll just leave these guys to die and I'll just go collect a flower. What's going on with it? Why is there some ghostly ghostison there? Does my character see the ghostly ghostison?
Not yet, but you can hear faint rustles and whispers within this deep mist that is set about the valley. And there is an unusual chill to the air.
Okay, well, my priority is I'm looking for this flower, and I'm a ranger of the north. I don't fear no shadow or darkness, so I'm going to roll for scan.
Yep, sure.
I'm not very good at this, but we'll see what happens. Hey, success!
There you go.
Do I find the little yellow flower?
Yes. Your eyes, even through the mist, manage to pick past red flowers and orange flowers and flowers of all varieties to spot a little cusp of the yellow-leafed flowers, the jewelweed that you're looking for. At the edge of the barrows. At this point, you are vaguely aware of something being wrong, as you can hear a kind of clawing, skittering tread coming towards you.
I'm
through
gonna
the
gather.
dark.
I'm gonna gather the plant and run. the king is on borrowed time, as far as I'm aware. He's drank some poison, so as much as I would love to stay and discover what that horrible, creepy noise is, I'm going to rip that plant out of the ground and run like hell.
Well, I think by the time you try to rip the plant out of the ground, a ghostly pale figure in an ancient crown pulls itself from the barrow beneath you, holding a pitted and rusted old sword and a spear in one hand, and dead eyes filled with a baleful light stare down at you.
Choice. I have no time for you, Spectre. One of your bloodline will fall if I do not flee from this place. Stand aside. I mean, I don't know how communicative a spirit really is, but
He's fairly uncommunicative. Communicative is mostly it's a low, long sighing groan.
is it looking to attack me?
I think it probably is.
No, he
Then
just
I
wants
shall-
a hug.
I shall take defensive formation.
Well, you can start with an opening volley if you
Oh
like.
yeah, I do have a bow. I can do that. Okay, I've got a target here, haven't I? What is this? Why can I not target? Why does it not let me target?
Initially,
Have you switched to
After-
target mode?
glaring at you, it sort of gropes towards you
I have
on
now.
all fours, and then
He could have run
stands
away
up
twice
again.
in the time he's left.
Could have been stabbed by an undead spear.
Oh, I shot it.
That'll hit.
Great success too.
Did you get up the little?
Oh, you
Oh.
rolled on bows, didn't you, rather than the
Yeah,
actual weapon?
did you target him?
I did target him, but I rode on bows instead of actually using my weapon, haven't I?
Roll again. Go on.
Oh, but then I'm gonna fail. No, my luck.
Also, thank you,
Oh, no!
Non-Anomaly, for helping them all out,
Even better.
making it all too easy for them with rerolls and extraordinary success. Well,
Plus the extraordinary success. That's piercing blows. That's hammering blows. That's turning into a
Yeah.
net in mid-air blows. It's
you know,
You told me to roll again. You could have just
Yeah.
accepted my first result.
I
Oh, 6.
I'm
make him
really
spend
counts
that
for a
doom.
wound. Yeah. Wait, let me just make sure. Oop.
Miserable Ranger of the North is an angry Ranger of the North.
Apparently. I'm gonna spend a point of hate to negate that.
Why?
Come on, he's only going to one-shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this would be the shortest offensive of all time.
And at this point, we come into combat as the arrow looks like it found its target, but then sort of bursts through his chest and falls out the other side, clanging to the floor below in the broken open burrows.
You can
Barrow,
totally
should I
Sparta
say.
it back in the hole.
Burrows
though.
is someone else. And he moves towards you with sword raised.
Well, that's just not very nice or fair. I am in defensive formation.
Yeah.
So
You get to go first anyway, because you're an awesome hero.
I am a hero of. I was about to say a hero of legend. A hero of legend. Could be one of those as well.
I'm pretty sure that's not Lord of the Rings then.
Just the one ring.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Dear,
Your sword doesn't manage to find purchase,
Because I wasted all my good rolls on that last.
and the baleful eyes
You've got a
glare
reroll.
down upon you.
Ouch. That's right. I'll keep it for now. Might need it for something important.
And
Well, you mean like this
because
valor
I'm
test you're about to have to make?
specifically very mean, I'm gonna chuck a strike fear test at you, as you are overwhelmed by fear, gazing into these baleful, dead eyes.
That's what he wanted. He
And
wanted
the
to run away.
chill fear fills your body.
I tried to physically run away. You made me
Yeah.
fight.
Of course, this is worse. This is a shadow test.
It is a shadow test. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, shadow tests are my jam. Though.
Dread, so that is Valor.
Cool.
And if you fail, you pick up 3 shadow points. And also, you will be daunted and cannot spend
Or
hope.
did not fail. I can't spend up anyway. I'm miserable.
You
I
you pick up 2 shadow points still.
Cool.
But you can still spend hope if you wanted to, even though.
No, it's fine. I've currently got 6 shadows, so I'll probably refrain from spending any hope.
And then it goes back round to you. You're remaining in defensive stance.
Did he not try to hit me?
did
He
with
used
his
strike fear.
mind.
He used his undead powers of "You shall not forget the kings of the north" to
Take
strike
the scar.
fear.
It's only 11 months till Yule.
I'll not take no shadow scars. I don't believe in the darkness.
I mean, it maxing out your shadow is worse than taking a shadow scar, because then you go a step down the shadow path.
I successfully hit you.
Yeah.
Once you start down the
Nice
dark
hit.
path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
And then I got a thing of my grievous weapon. It doesn't seem to add that bonus to my weapon.
What does that add?
It adds +1 damage to my weapon.
Have you activated it on the character sheet?
I feel like it's automatically activated. It's just there and there's rewards.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Roll20 character sheet. Ignore me.
Yeah. No. Anyway, I rolled it and I successfully hit.
Grievous weapon. Raise the damage of your weapon rating by 1. Oh no, that'll be calculated into.
Okay, cool. As long
Yeah,
as-
it's
if you
in
tell
the
me it's calculated,
6.
it's there. Cool.
Yeah.
Lovely. And that
So-
I've hit. I've done
I
a
mean,
thing.
yeah, you cleave through the darkness, and the creature releases a howling, pained scream, but does appear to still be corporeal enough to return the blow.
I'm in defensive.
Make sure I selected you. It is dark, so therefore he has favoured on the roll, and still manages to fail somehow.
Because I'm
Oh, well.
Aston, the greatest
Yeah.
swordsman that ever lived, maybe.
The greatest swordsman that ever lived.
I shall remain in defensive,
Yeah.
and I shall have another swing. Oh, stop with that.
Oh, a Sauron.
Yeah. I've had 2 Saurons now.
Yeah, and because you're miserable, that's an automatic failure.
It's fine if it's a failure anyway, it's an
You
8. So.
swing your sword, unsure, in the face of this darkness, as a slight amount of fear has gripped your heart, and you haven't as yet been made able to cast this creature back. And the pitted ancient blade comes up to meet it, and you basically parry each other.
Wait, I've seen this episode of the D&D cartoon. You've got a flower in the other hand. If you hold it up, he dies.
Okay, who knows? Might work.
I know that's the beholder.
Well, it would appear. Oh, did I actually? Oh, I misrolled that. Sorry.
My parry rating's 19, if that matters at all.
I'll just roll an extra d12. We'll see if it does matter. That would be 11 plus 2. No, that still wouldn't matter. Roll 2 1s on the 6s.
We just
The pitted blade, slashes in again. You dance around it and bring your own weapon to bear.
ha!
That'll hit.
Another 14 damage. He's like two-handed, trying to find a gap in the chink of the armor of this weird ghosty creature thing.
And your sword finds purchase, drives into the white, and for a moment you think it dead, until it sort of flits to the side and the sword comes loose and it comes at you again. Still have hate points is what I'm saying.
Have you spent another one?
Yes.
Wow.
Poor Astanon.
He just wants to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm
My
trying
goal
to
is-
save some king
is
guy.
to kill all of you. All of you.
Yeah, I have to have 3 plans on the go
Yeah.
at the minute, just in case one of the kings dies.
Still misses. God, blimey. Cast him down.
Oh, fuck.
You're doing it! How?
Ice is reaching your fingertips now, and your hands are kind of numb as they swing again at the.
Someone has been
undead
rather
wraith
egregious in
before
his
you.
dishing out of shadow points.
Yeah.
In fairness, we got really cocky with hope early on, didn't we?
I mean, I had to actually use quite a lot of mine last week, so.
Well, on the plus side, he does not seem to be able to hit you.
It's because I'm Astanon.
As long as you're in defensive, I'm missing a d6, and that's what I need.
To get over the
Otherwise,
line.
it'll have to be an exceptionally good roll.
Come on, Astanon. Oh my!
Go on.
Would you stop it? Use the reroll.
I've rolled.
The reroll.
Yeah, but I'm going to need that to heal the king. If I fail to heal the king, I'm going to need that reroll.
Die, you're gonna fail to heal the
You
king.
could
I mean, I've got all of
you
my.
could
I've
spend
got-
some hope to
no,
press
I've
your
still got all my
attack.
wounds. I haven't.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Also, all those eyes
Alright.
of Sauron are going to be giving him so many points.
He already had tons of them from all
Yeah,
of
well,
our
he's got
other
tons
I
sessions.
mean-
more now.
Yeah, there's
Hey, look, I can't help that I rolled.
let's just say
3 ones.
if this wasn't the finale, the entire episode would be dedicated to the party gets hunted by the dark forces.
Yeah, I mean, if this keeps going, that dude's gonna be like, "Oh, hang on a minute, sorry, Sauron wants a word."
Yeah. Sorry.
You're gonna be single-handedly responsible for the return of the Dark Lord.
There you go.
What's this?
Finally, as your sword strikes out and finds nothing
Imagine
but
it.
air, the pitted blade jabs in towards your shoulder.
I've rolled my armor now, haven't I?
Yep.
Okay.
And you take 4 damage and a protection roll.
You can roll it
It's the
from
wound.
the chat
You
thing
can
there.
just click on that protection roll test.
I succeed.
There you go. So you just take the 4 damage
That's
and
fine.
manage to your leather cuirass or whatever it is you're wearing manages to ward off this ancient undead blade.
Does he? Because it says 14 target number and he rolled 13. Or is that not how it works?
I think it's under. Is it under?
I don't know.
I
System
think I
says
get
it
a
works.
bonus because I'm in close. I've got close fitting. Doesn't that give me a bonus?
Ah, yeah.
You,
That'd be it.
Yeah, it gives me +2 to my roll. So
Yeah.
close fitting, I get a
right.
+2
yeah.
to my roll.
So +2 would be 15.
You're dandy
Yeah.
then.
Then you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for close-fitting armor.
Okay, come on. All right, come on, Astanon. I mean, I didn't roll a thing.
I mean, that's an improvement.
Having had to turn aside a little to save yourself from being impaled on this blade, your own sword doesn't manage to find purchase.
I mean, how fast is this thing? Can I just run?
It's got you now, so. God damn it. How much can I miss? Why does no one
All
give
the
me
times.
rerolls?
I mean, hang on a
All the
minute.
times.
I missed so many times.
This is
And
the worst fight, but let's imagine it being really heroic, and the two of
Slashes,
them are actually
yeah,
just
precisely.
like ching,
I
ching,
mean,
ching, ching, ching,
it
ching.
slashes out. The forgotten Northern King slashes out at your head, and you roll under it, just weaving out of the way and bring your own strike about.
I'm just picturing it more like
Aha! At last! A success!
Don't be Boromir, Astrodon. Don't be Boromir.
Hey, this fight shouldn't have even happened. I shot him clean and true.
Other Danis are Boromir.
Are you saying we're going to have to shoot him 3 times?
No, I'm saying the bad
You're
guys.
the
are
only
gonna
one
shoot him
with a
3
bow,
times.
so that
Yeah, the
implies
bad
you're
guys
going
will
to
shoot
do
me,
the
yeah.
The
shooting.
bad guys will shoot him, and thus he will be redeemed from his kinslaying that he hasn't done yet, but is thinking about doing.
You
It doesn't
drive
count as Kingslayer if there are the humans.
the
If the
white,
humans.
the white back a bit and knock him off balance.
Is that how it works? If they're humans, it's not kinslaying because they're Johnny Come Latelys and you're an elf.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There
How
you
could it
go.
not be?
Die! Foul creature! Back to the
Foul.
shadow with you.
Is that what you shout?
Yes.
And how do you go about finishing him off?
So I kind of like, probably as he's pressing his attack, we're both pressing an attack. As he swings high for my head, I go down low and turn and drive the blade up into what I believe is his chest and heart.
Yeah.
He's obviously not alive, but I'm looking for also to nick his spine as I come back out to break the sort of bonds that might be holding him, and I'll cast him back to the shadows.
Spartacus.
And for a moment, your sword drives into an icy cold dead heart, and the creature shivers, then shrivels, and then falls away into the mist, driven back to the darkness, and in a sense also laid to rest finally.
Only the darkness and evil and shadow would use those fallen hero kings as their
We got to come
pawns.
back here, right? Because there'll be treasure down there.
There could be. Asnod's like, I don't care.
Asnod cares not for treasure, and he's gonna make
You
quick as possible
yeah,
towards the king.
have a whole bunch of Jules weed in your hand and leg it towards Bran's camp.
Yeah, kind of rolling his shoulder a little bit. He took a couple of hits there, but
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
No.
Because damn, could that thing not hit for toffee? But yeah,
I love that you're going
In-
to get there and they'll be like, any trouble? Like, nah, I had to kill a couple of whites. But it's just one
Just had to
really.
kill- had to kill some former king of the north, but it's all right.
Resurrected ancient undead. You know how it is. Bye.
in the King's Tower, towards the King's study in Dale, you reach the top of the flight of stairs, and 2 guards are standing outside the door, and they stop you where you stand and say, you cannot take weapons in to see the king.
And you cannot tell me what to do, so get out of the way and let me see Bara before I lose my temper.
I feel like that's some kind of intimidation you're trying there.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see, what would that be?
Or courtesy. Courtesy
Or-
sounds good.
Or sounds better. I mean, it's not really courtesy, is it?
It's not courtesy in the
Fuck off.
slightest. Oh, look at that. I've got my direwolf mantle, which gives me a thingy. It's equipment that helps me or people.
Yeah, there you go.
What does it give me? Extra dice? A picture of a... Lobster?
I think it's a favoured roll.
Oh,
We'll
you
go with
better.
that.
I think it's an extra dice.
Is it an extra dice?
I've got it on mine.
Oh, right. I can't remember all these things. Where is it?
I think it is an extra dice rather
Yeah,
than favouring the roll.
Because my
Okay.
special items give me a bonus dice.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I killed. Or. Yep. Might be. Might. Oh, yeah,
well,
an extra d6.
We want.
Boom.
There you go. They sort of are about to stop you, but you just brazenly cast them aside and push open the door.
Yeah. This is Aragorn walking into the throne room of Rohan, telling him how it is.
And you find yourself atop the Tower of Dale in the king's study. And the mist here is at least as thick as it is in the rest of the city, if not worse. The lighting is dim. Beyond you in the open sky, the night is drawing about, and the three of you step into the chambers to find a peculiar scene, as before you is Bara, son of Bane, king of Dale for the moment, with Farald by his side and several of these guards next to him.
So many Farrells.
Yeah.
Fun never ends.
Halfgrim, who had gone before you to explain the situation, is bound and tied in the corner, protected by two guards. And surprisingly enough, so is Dorma, the king's advisor.
I would like to subtly indicate to my companions that they go that way and that way.
I try and hide.
All you got to do is free Halfgrim. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's fine. Dan will set up a distraction on the other side because he's not subtle.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to be paying
Robin-
attention to the tall people.
Yeah, if Robin wants to hide, then Sigrun and Ithildir will have to do something first to draw attention away.
All right. I shall step forward to the middle of the stairs leading down and go, Vara, this has gone on long enough. You have been deceived.
Bara's eyes look kind of glassy and blank as he looks over to you, and you hear Farald whisper something, and then Bara says, I have indeed been deceived by my own kin nonetheless. How dare you? How dare you seek to replace me with Brand? Can I go nowhere in my own kingdom without traitors?
I shall pitch the body of Farald down the stairs. Farald is your deceiver, cousin. I have no interest in the throne, nor in seeing Brand upon it.
Farald looks at him and says, This is but some other unrecognizable body. A pauper from the street, perhaps. And Bara sort of nods in agreement.
Open your eyes,
confused
cousin.
And dazed.
See for yourself.
At this point, I'm going to put you over here for dramatic effect. At this point, Robin, if you want, you can roll stealth to attempt to blend in to the background
misty.
and be forgotten by the big people.
That sounds like a very good idea. Because that's big people with a lot of armor and weapons that are bigger than I am.
They don't look that tough.
Okay.
I mean, if you weren't all sad and miserable and lost to hope, they wouldn't look that tough. So to Robin Burrows, they don't look that tough.
I'm going to use my reroll. What a diabolical roll.
Just as you're trying to slink away, one of them who looks to be
there we
the
go.
captain
Extraordinary
kind of
success.
almost glances in your direction, but then Halfgrim, who he's holding prisoner, shifts and his attention draws back, and you manage to slip away.
Okay, I'm going to use the extra 2 to go quietly, to be extra quiet,
Yeah.
and move with haste to get closer to where I'm trying to go.
Okay. In that case, gonna move you over to there. You're sort of hiding almost behind.
What are you doing?
Behind this pillar?
Yeah, I mean that's basically my goal. I'm gonna hide behind there and kind of hide around with my cloak around me.
Ithildir, what are you doing at the moment?
Not accepted.
I think I will be taking the opportunity to be as close to the potential heir to the throne as possible, whilst still maintaining a tactical distance.
Like that, sort of?
Pick an heir. Which heir?
Nearby Sigrun.
You, of course.
Yeah, you're close by Sigrun and close by Bara. At this point, Farald whispers in Bara's ear again, and he slowly nods and says, "Sigrun, place away your weapons and kneel before the king."
Ooh. Well, no.
No.
I don't know. I am getting a strong 300 vibe still. It's running through my mind. I can still shoot them from a kneeling position. So yeah, I'm going to fake him out.
You're gonna get closer and kneel?
I'm not going to get any closer, no, but I'm going to...
Okay.
Oh dear. Hang on. Dan's just struggling to get back in.
Yeah.
So let's fix that. And
Wait for a second. Oop.
move the other one.
In the meantime,
There you go. Should all be fixed.
except you're all in the wrong place now.
Hey!
Damn you!
Got
There we
kicked out.
go. I think, yeah, everyone's where they should be. No, everyone's not where they should be. Wait, one slight change. It's too many Dans.
But yeah, the Dans are the wrong way around.
Yeah, now the Dans.
It's not the first time either.
Alright, just play each other's characters, no one will notice.
As you kneel down before Bara, who sort of smiles in a queasy kind of confused way, his eyes are still glassy, he's hunched over slightly. From his side, Farald points a finger at you and whispers a word that you neither understand nor care to understand.
You know, I think I might speak
Take-
a little bit of the black speech.
Take a shadow test for sorcery.
It's wisdom, isn't it?
That is wisdom, yes. Sorcery.
And I am stout-hearted. Does stout-hearted count against valor or both?
Well, if it wait, that's cultural blessing, isn't it?
It is a cultural blessing, yeah.
Let's have a look. Bum.
Not all of those with the blood of the kings of Dale are weak.
Damn it. There we go. Valor rolls are favoured, so in this case it won't help
Okay.
you.
So it is
Alas.
not. But I will spend a point of hope. Oh, you can't spend hope on these, can you?
You can, yeah.
You can. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'll do that then.
You
I shall succeed.
manage to succeed in holding your bow fast as you are suddenly strucken still by whatever curse it is that Farald is placed upon you. You still pick up 2 shadow points of the potential 3, but you don't drop your weapon or freeze. So
Let's be shadow points. Come on.
useful.
2.
And-
Now that creates a problem because now I'm miserable.
That is ideal.
Welcome to the club.
Robin in the miseries.
Genius.
Sorry, bud. Betrayed. Shouldn't have used that bloody point of hope.
Oh well. You're not all lost yet. As you do so, and as Farrell tries to strike
I mean, I want to
you
shoot him.
with
I absolutely
sorcery,
want to shoot the crap out of him.
it is almost an unspoken sign to the mercenaries that he has hired to take over guard duty of the king, hired or brought with him, to attack. At which point, yeah, we'll go into opening volleys, so you'll definitely have the chance. If Thildir, Sigrun, and Robin Burrows. Robin Burrows can remain hidden and sort of not part of the
Yeah, that's what
combat
my
if
plan
you
is.
want. But if
my plan
Thildir
is-
and Sigrun, you can attempt opening volleys.
All right, here we go. First shot, Dragon Slayer. So, if I score a piercing blow, protection roll is ill-favored. And he's got might of 2 or more. So, my attack roll is favored. I'm shooting him with a fell superior keen bow.
You shooting Farrelled.
Yes, I am.
This will probably definitely one-shot him, and then I'll cry.
We live in hope. Well, no, you'll just spend bloody hate, won't you?
Alas, he is not deathless.
Am I inspired? No, I'm not.
You're miserable.
I'm miserable.
Miserable and sad, and weary, and all of the terrible things.
However,
Oh,
eat that sunshine. And, well, it looks like... Why is it not giving me a piercing? Oh, because I got a 17. Fine. Well, I'll do the 2 heavy blows then. Fine, have that.
Damn. Yeah. That'll certainly hurt.
36 damage, you bastard. Shoot him up the nostril.
do you do double to shadow things or something?
No, my piercing blow did an outrageous amount of extra damage.
Nice.
He does. He takes the arrow full on and kind of stumbles back slightly.
Did you make his defense
Crying out.
ill-favored?
I should have made it normal favored because he was also favored, so
Oh,
they
okay.
cancelled each other out
Fair.
because of the gloom about you.
Mm.
But either way, he took the wound anyway, so that's 1 down. He is quite grievously injured and shouts to the rest of the group, "Do something about them."
Thildir, protect me!
Yeah.
Right.
Thildir, do you want to do an opening volley?
No, I want to get in front of Sigrun and have my shield ready and my sword ready, and basically put myself in a defensive stance and take on anyone that runs towards us.
Yeah. Okay. Is Robin Burrows in this combat, or are you completely...
I'm remaining hidden at the moment.
I'll take you out of combat, which is advantageous for me.
I mean, you can have me in there for my move, because I'm going to be moving and that sort of thing.
No,
Not literally.
no, that's fine. You're not part of the combat. Therefore, there's more than double the amount of adversaries.
Which means I can't be shooting.
I'm all meant from like an initiative point of view.
Look, the second you get half grim free, we're all right.
Yeah. So you should be able to change your stances now. As these mercenaries of the south run in to fight you all.
And I can't go rearward anymore because there's more of them,
No,
so I have to go defensive.
2 of them are on you now. You're currently...
It's not letting me change my
open.
stance.
Yeah, you should be able to. There you go. Ifildir, what stance are you selecting?
I'm in defensive, which I think is the first time I've ever been in defensive in this game.
Ooh, there you go.
Can I... What do I get for doing the Shadow Scar thing? What would that remove?
Basically, it removes all your shadow you have up to now and replaces it with 1 Shadow Scar, which is 1 continuous point of shadow.
Okay. Can I opt to do that now, please?
You can.
Okay.
As
Seems like a very opt moment as
yeah,
once again
to be able to
man
spend
kills
hope.
man, brother kills brother. It's all very depressing for an elf who has seen it all before, and thinks every time there might just be a glimmer of hope for mortal man. But,
And a stony expression appears on your face as you
exactly.
draw your sword, and your will hardens, and you can replace all of your shadow points with 1 Shadow Scar.
Okay.
Just don't go nuts on your hope points because it will still eat into your total. There's no point in me taking another Shadow Scar because if I did, it would
There you
take
go.
my Shadow Scars to 2, which equals my hope.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but the thing with Ifildir is technically still has 6 points of hope. Just had 6 points of shadow as well. So now you're down to 6 points of hope and 1 point of shadow. So you can spend hope again, unless
Hope
obviously
away.
you pick up a bunch of shadow points. Wonder where those might come from. But there's no dread sorcerers about, are there?
Not for long.
Hopefully not. There you go. Ifildir and Sigrun, either of you can go first, as you're both in defensive stance.
Is there a way to disengage from these fellas and go for Farrell?
Not right now. The moment Halfgrim and or Robin Burrows joins the fray, you'll be able to.
Okay, well in that case,
Because
let us-
at the moment, Farrold is in rearward stance.
very well. I'm gonna
If you carve through these people, then you can definitely get at them.
draw a sword. Go for that fella.
Yeah.
Have some.
Don't forget to target. Oh yeah, you did.
I didn't forget
Yeah.
to target. I just am not very good with a sword. Why am I that bad with a sword?
Sudden, wow! It's this shadow gloom
Because
that
you're in
lies
defensive as
around
well, you
with,
lose a d6.
Oh,
independently.
that'd be why. Yeah.
with the mists about you, and as you pull into a defensive stance and start swinging your sword or spear or whatever it is you have on your
Sword.
sword about.
Didn't bring the spear.
Just select that. There you go. You're also miserable, by the way.
I tried to make myself miserable. It wouldn't let me.
Oh, it's alt click.
Oh, of course it is.
Because, yeah, Foundry, the One Ring module, for some reason loves alt clicks, which is the weirdest of clicks. But sure. Ifildir, what are you doing?
Right, I am targeting one of them,
Yeah.
which I've clicked on.
Are we allowed to
Click
move as well
up
as
close.
striking? Can we go like back to back?
No, it's sort of your movement is just, there isn't really a movement as such. You're all in position fighting each other.
Oh, okay.
You can attempt to improve your position, but you won't really like.
I'm thinking
out
like
of the
one
combat.
step so that I'm back to back with Ithildir.
Oh yeah, you.
Final last stand. Roll.
Again, the sudden overwhelming assault by what
I'm gonna
looks
use
to
one of my
be a
rerolls.
group of raiders from the south has knocked you off balance.
Can I use my reroll?
Yeah. Now they're close to you. They all look very Dunlending.
I'm gonna try
You're
that
pretty
again.
sure that they're southern raiders. Go for it.
How southern?
Dunlending southern?
Done thing southern. Alright, go back up. Grievous Fell Kings. Click on that.
So southern they argue over cream and jam on scones.
Swipe again, but it still
It's
misses.
not a good day to be us.
No, it is not a
I'll say for Robin Burrows, basically at the end of this phase of the combat, you can move up, you can try and free Halfgrim. So, having taken a swipe at him, Sturm is gonna do the same and try and hit you back with his axe. But that in itself also fails as you ward off the blows, standing back to back with Sigrun. And Claw.
But Daikin, we who have been burned know how to stand back to back.
Claw will do the same thing to Sigrun, and basically a similar thing occurs. You're just standing back to back, parrying these blows, trying to get in at the Dunlendings. And as you're doing so, up steps their captain, Hembar, who has a long-hafted axe that he brings down to bear on Sigrun, having chosen a potential heir of Dale as the greater threat to what they're attempting to achieve, but also pretty naff. Wow, really putting up a great fight, these lot.
I think that's both sides of the same coin there. We can't hit them and they can't hit us.
There's lots of them.
Blades.
Poke.
But we're big damn heroes. That's the problem.
Yeah. And finally, Glitha, Hembar's lieutenant, tries to take out Ithildir with her own axe and fails quite badly, so yay. That only leaves Farald, who again reaches out with powers beyond your understanding and will attempt to strike a dark
give in to
fear
hate.
within you. So both of you have to make a dread test, so that's on Valor. So in this
Valor.
case, Sigrun gets stout-hearted. If you fail, you gain 3 shadow points, and you're also daunted and cannot spend hope for the rest of the fight.
I don't want to spend hope for the rest of the fight. I might die if I do. Alright, here we go. Da, 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 da.
You succeed and pick up 2 shadow points.
Ooh. Good lord.
Success!
Ithildir also succeeds and also picks up 2 shadow.
I've got 5 shadow and 2
But
hope. Is
you've
that
managed to
particularly
steel
bad?
yourself against the fear, and it lingers not in your souls, and hope is still with you.
Is it though?
So
Is it though?
kind of is. Robin Burrows, you manage to sneak up towards Halfgrim.
Are his weapons anywhere nearby?
Most of his equipment is near him. He's just sort of tied
Okay,
by the legs and feet and arms.
I'm basically going to very softly kind of go shh in his ear and
Yeah.
kind of cut the ropes.
Yep. Go for it.
I'm trying to do it
What you
obviously
wanna
incredibly
roll for that?
quietly.
Yeah.
So I guess
You can
stealth.
either roll stealth or I think stealth or athletics if you felt, or hunting, or
Oh no, I think I'm because I'm trying to do it so
stealth is the
quietly.
most suited.
Because after basically as soon as the ropes are cut as well, I plan on moving so I'm not near him in case anyone looks at him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a point of hope.
Oh, look at you, all fancy with your points of hope you can still spend.
I've only got 11 left. And I'm going to use burglary as my distinctive feature to gain 2 dice.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that'll probably do it. You manage to cut his binds free, and he immediately reaches
And
for
can I
his
use
sword.
my extra success to move swiftly so I'm not near him? So if people notice, I'm not there.
Yeah.
So my plan is kind of start
moving.
making my way
Yeah.
towards the back of the room.
Okay.
So
I'll
probably
say
hiding in the
you
plants.
you can do that, but you'll have to give me another stealth roll. But we'll give you an extra d6 because we'll add on your great success d6. Halfgrim immediately runs into the fray,
Success.
drawing attention away from you as you sneak about. Halfgrim has joined the combat.
Player 2 enters the battle.
Background to Ithildir and Sigrund. Are you remaining in defensive stance?
Am I able to
Sigrun,
get clear and
you
swap to
could
rearward now?
potentially pull free and attempt to get to rearward stance, yeah.
Do you need me to make a roll of some kind to get clear?
If you really want, yeah, sure.
I'm also going to join the fray at this point.
Ah, okay.
You know what? I'm going to make an athletics check to do a dive
Yeah.
roll up and shoot.
Kick off of Ithildir's shield
No, I'm not.
and fall to the floor. Now prone as they start stabbing you. You don't manage to pull free of the mass of Dunlendings.
That's fair. If I can't get
pushing
free, then
towards
I
you
will
this
just have to sword again.
turn. Yeah. Robin Burrows, what stance are you taking then? If you're
Rearward.
joining the combat? Okay. And Ithildir? Not going to go into a forward stance.
I'm gonna go into all out attack.
Alright.
Stabby!
Okay. In that case, you get to go first.
Surrounded on all sides.
Go for it, Ithildir.
What could possibly go wrong? So, click on me.
Select and target one of the other people
There we go.
and murderize them.
And oh, Jesus!
Any more re-rolls out there? No. Oh well.
Oh, I haven't actually used my reroll yet. What an idiot.
Your sword strikes out, but these Dunlendings, who have been gathered
just
by
too
Farrell
good.
for this very reason, appear to be more than just the normal raiders that you have seen before in the outskirts of Eriador. And in this case, they manage to weather your attack. Sigrun, you already rolled?
I did badly.
Okey-doke.
Sorry, I was in defensive, so I shouldn't have done. But that's okay.
Robin Burrows.
Well, yeah, I've got to remember I'm targeting people now. I'm in combat.
Yeah.
So I am going to shoot Farrell, the understudy,
Yeah.
and I'm going to spend a point of hope to use keen eye to try and shoot him in the face. Because nothing says hero like shooting a guy in the back.
Hobbit surprise! Flunk. Go for it. That
Great
hits.
success. Ooh. Is pierce or heavy blow better?
Pierce
Heavy
will do
blow
a wound.
adds endurance damage, and piercing blow potentially causes a wound.
He's got a wound, so a pierce might be better.
Alright, let's go with that then. So 3 damage and pierce. And it's fell.
It's not showing the pierce for some reason. But
Oh, I
I'll
did-
roll his armor.
I did select it. I don't know why it didn't show.
Oh, Ifildir just got another reroll.
The arrow finds Farrell's neck, and just as he's about to utter another terrible curse towards Isildir and Sigrun, it catches him and the words die in his throat. And he
Nobody expects the
collapses-
Hobbit Inquisition.
collapses to the floor.
Surprise, cockbag!
Thunk.
Whoop. And as he collapses, the mist sort of starts to clear. Whoop. Everyone gets to watch me make mist disappear. And Bara falls to the floor on hands and knees, holding his head with one hand as if he has the world's most massive hangover. But the Dunlingers are still upon you and have for the moment not yet noticed the death of their captain, as it were. Halfgrim, being part of your group, gets to have a go at them as well, though. So we'll chuck in his attack. And that hits. And does 6 damage to Hembar, who is the captain of the mercenaries. He slices into him with a short sword.
Robin
Taking
comes
up
through in a
the
clutch.
Cry of Dale. I will say, whilst they're stunned and in heroic, dramatic moment, I'll let you all have a free pass at them again as well before they try and hit you back, as the tide of the battle has definitely turned in your favour.
Can I use that turn to take a step back and swap stances?
Yeah, sure.
Do they not get to attack us before we change stance?
It's a tactical advantage that you have
Oh,
now
okay.
for the moment.
Peter,
As
why you not let me
hope
change stance?
builds again in your hearts as you see this sorcerer collapse and his foul magics dissipate and Bara seems to be shaking and a little ill and throwing up a bit on the floor. Before we get to that though, would it be okay if we take a little, what is it, Pete calls it, bio break for a second?
Bio break.
Fire break.
So
5 minute
we'll
bio break.
see you all
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
back here in a moment.
And I shoot them anyway.
There we go, and we're back. Thank you.
And you
all
swap
for
me into
waiting.
rearward stance because for some reason I can't.
There you go.
Thank you.
The powers of the games master.
Nigga, Roger becomes academic now because Ifildir gets to go before me, so the decision might be made.
Do it.
I mean, it depends. You could still,
I mean, it's still.
let Ifildir chop some up and then still try.
Might give me a bonus to my intimidation.
Yeah.
I've got to hit it first. I've got to hit something first.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I don't know the plan, even though I'm in agreement with the plan.
Doesn't matter.
So let's go for it.
Oh no, yeah, I did too much. Now we've infringed copyright.
No, it's separate people.
Ah, so if we do it as a chorus, just like one person after the other.
I love the idea that we could do anything coordinatedly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could give it a go. It would be horrendous, but we could give it a go.
Knight Rider, we could do.
Is that public domain?
No, I just mean we'd be able to carry Knight Rider. It's quite easy.
That'd be cool. Anyway, oh god. Yay! Extraordinary success. About time.
Who
Who
you
are you
hitting?
murderizing?
Oh, you just rolled your skill, didn't you? Not your weapon.
Oh, I did. Balls.
Roll again. Target one of them. Hit them again.
I haven't got it targeted.
Just because he rolled the skill,
You've
not
got to
the...
roll on the weapon, not on the skill, though.
Yeah.
Almost rid of this cough.
It's very
Also
Sauron's.
full of medicine.
Is that what we're calling single malt whiskies now, then?
I mean, that's part of my
Success.
medicine. There you go. You slice out catching Sturm, cutting across his body, leaving a bleeding swath across it, and he takes a injured, pained, and kind of surprised step back from you.
Probably the guard captain now, isn't it? If he goes with
Yeah.
us.
Yep. He's once again gonna have a go at Embar. Really doesn't like him.
There.
You know, the whole taking prisoner part.
Cool.
Slashes out with his short sword. Hello, Oliver. Mama is in the kitchen if you need her. And it just doesn't manage to pierce his armor. But he does take 3 points of damage, so there you go. He takes a slight cut, or a bash, or a big old bruise, and looks a little less confident in your victory, well, in their victory over you. Then yeah, it'd be Sigrun and Robin Burrows.
Ladies first.
Okay. I've thought about this. They might still go for it while they've got a captain. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him out of the picture and then give him a choice.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot
Is your
Hembar.
favourite kind of character one with more than one might point? That'll hit.
It's a heavy blow and a piercing blow.
It catches him full on in the chest and he drops to his knees. Anti-Boromir style.
Is he still
And-
alive?
Couldn't even take a third of a Boromir. Candy ass.
And he falls down dead.
Marvelous.
Is that it, or can I tell the others to drop their weapons?
I'll say, yeah, you could do that out of sequence if you want to try and use that to intimidate them.
Yeah.
But if you fail, they're all going to beat your asses.
Okay.
They probably
mean,
won't. 'Cause
their
they
loss.
Don't look like, yeah, they don't look like they're gonna.
Do I get a bonus dice for having killed their captain?
I think you've all been fairly intimidating. How many hope points have you got left?
Me, less than I have Shadow by a lot. I've got 2 hope points left.
If you spend one, you can have 2 dice.
All right. Here we go then. Great success.
What do you say to them?
Oh, come on. We've all seen The Princess Bride, right?
You're the dread pirate Siegfried?
Don't even have a name tag. Just lie down.
Drop your weapons. And anybody who looks at me, they're looking down an arrow.
Yeah.
At that point, I shoot them.
Yeah.
And there is...
Just in case they weren't sure.
You
Get the
can shoot one
lieutenant.
of them.
Shoot the lieutenant, Robin. Do it. Just
In
to get the
back,
message home.
Like a hero. I'm going to spend a hope to try and rough him up.
Her.
Them up. Whoever it is.
It's
Go
this
for it.
one.
I have no idea. Just going to shoot
This
them.
one. Yeah. Ooh, and a protection roll.
And a Gandalf.
That was a pretty shocking roll. Wounded.
It doesn't need to be a good roll because the arrow works its way beneath her armor, catches her underneath the left side through her ribs, pierces her lungs, and catches her heart, and she falls down next to Hembar,
Well, she
And
still
they're both
technically
sort of
dropped her
staring.
weapons.
staring off into infinity.
Don't get me wrong, those other 4 are probably going to get probably going to get like publicly hanged for their crimes, but it'll be done through the legal system.
And with that, Stone, Gruner, and Claw drop their weapons, begrudgingly looking around, finding themselves surrounded by the big damn heroes and Halfgrim.
Hey, Hathgrim was actually really quite useful.
Yeah,
Even just
True.
as a distraction.
And he
And
did. He
Bara-
hit the captain twice.
Bara is still on the floor, shaking slightly, looking confused.
I'm going to hold his hair out of the way while he pukes, because that's
Yeah.
what girls do, right?
Sure.
Do the dead people have anything on them?
And he looks up at you, kind of surprised, and says, "Cousin?"
Oh, Bara, you've made some terrible decisions.
Lewis, I'm upset
Aye.
you didn't go, I know your
You
face.
say, yeah, I was just going to get to that. So it was very, very much. I remember most of it, but as if in a dream, a dark dream of shadows from which I could not wake.
I'll move him to the chair just there. Get him propped up in the chair.
And Bara is no longer cursed, sitting there looking rather ill. The one of the first things that he does, almost out of reflex, is take the crown from his head and just place it down upon the table. And then he's holding his head, looking still ill and confused at you. And at this point, I think we will skip over to Astanon, who has arrived at Bran's camp, pushed his way past the guards, sort of Aragorn running up the steps towards Bran's actual dais that he's had put up, and there he's lain out upon a table, or like a makeshift kind of bed table thing that they have built for him, and he looks deathly pale.
Don't make me look up the Bierlock whale thing.
Yeah, stand aside, and like he finds some space just to get some like the old mortar and pestle out and some liquid, and he's sort of doing all these bits. And let's see if we can heal this guy.
Go for it.
No, he's a reroll. He's a reroll. And so I'm miserable. Does that mean I
Single
can't?
tear comes out of Bran's closed eyes, and the life
I can
draws
still
away
spend
from him a
hope,
little more.
can't I? I just
Yes,
Can
you
I
can.
use hope to will Dan to do it better?
Not sure you can spend metaphysical hope.
I mean, you know what? If he dies, he dies.
No, there it is. We got it.
I
You got
mean, how you managed that was and you place the poultice in his mouth and sort of press it down into his lips and onto the wound. And for a long moment, he draws out a very lengthy, very final sounding death rattle. And it holds there. And then he breathes in once again deeply. And a flush of pink returns to his skin. And he sits up suddenly, coughing and spluttering. Like this.
Such role playing.
Yeah, fantastic effects. We add them in post. Spluttering and coughing as a dark bile comes out of his throat, and he spits it out onto the ground. And he looks at you and goes, I am thankful for my life. Was it Sigrun who sent you?
Your cousin did indeed send me. Had to make a detour. Apologies, I should have been here quicker. However, your cousin has also gone to face your brother alone, or with our other companions. We probably should make for the city as quickly as possible.
I cannot believe that my brother would do such a thing.
I don't believe it
However,
truly
I
is your
do
brother.
agree that we must reclaim the city at once and stop this madness.
Before you move in haste, do not do so with anger or violence in your heart. There is shadow set upon these lands.
So it would seem. Though why we should have to bear such times, I know not.
Shadow always finds its way back into the world. But steel your heart against it.
You speak wisely, though I know not your name.
I am Astanon. I am a ranger of the north. I have spent my life fighting the shadow. And I'm quite old at this point in time.
You're only in your 80s or something, aren't you? In the prime of your life.
Aranon.
Yeah, no, that's I mean that secret serum is not, even Rangers of the North can't get their hands on that. But yeah, you and Brand gather the rest of the army and march on the gates. And now return to health, even though the gates have been barred to him under Bara's command. The mist has sort of moved away, and you see him standing alone before the gates, fairly regal, as if a true king of Dale, and he commands the guard to open it, and at his words they flinch back and the gates open, allowing Brand entry.
Ring out the bells, drive out our foes. Dale is healed once more.
The bells of Dale ring at Sigrun's command, and with the mist dissipating, the streets begin to fill again with people. And yeah, Bara finds himself greatly regretful for what has happened, and not entirely sure how what happened. You're still left with the 3 corpses of Farold.
Burn them.
2 dead Dundlingers and 3 captive Dunderlingers. Most of the others, upon seeing their plans fall apart, start to flee the city. Some of them make it out. A few more are captured by the guard and by Brand's returning army. And a great weight appears to have been lifted from Dale and from your own shoulders. I will say at this point you can also all restore your hope, as you've had time to rest fully, and any endurance you've lost as well. And Bara abdicates his ill-gotten kingdom in favour of Brand, who is the honest and true heir of Dale, and also takes it upon himself as some kind of penance to travel off into the country and find some way to work against the shadow that seems to be gripping the world of Middle-earth so suddenly and unfortunately.
Oh, it's Yubna, bitches.
Yeah, Brad announces a day or 2 of feasting to celebrate your victory over the darkness, and also his return and crowning as king. At least one day before the festival is spent solemnly as Brand goes to the cairn of his father and his father's father to pay his respects and to grieve for the father he did not know had died in his absence. Are there any more threads you wish to pull on whilst you're in Dale?
Yes. Does my dwarven friend ever return with the news that he'll be able to smash that sword to pieces? Or mortal point a dwarf in Erebor?
Does return without the sword, which is a good sign at the very least. And he says, there is not the skill in Erebor to cast asunder such a weapon. However, we will keep searching, and we will find someone amongst the dwarven halls who can manage this.
I thank you, Master Dwarf. And in the meantime, if you can keep it locked away deep, I know you have many vaults.
Yeah, keeping things deep down in Erebor, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Safest place for it. Yeah.
It's not Moria. Yes, I just want to make sure that sword is locked away from...
He's run
He's
off.
run away.
No, he's off.
You've got to look for the sword.
Just
My sword!
Yeah, I was going to say. We'll wait until Dan gets back to find out what Fjoldir senses at the loss of his sword. Sigrun or Robin Burrows, anything else you want to do in Dale?
Robin. Robin first, because you do.
Now, you still do have these 3 corpses of Farrell who do all look, all 3, exactly the same.
Well, they're definitely needing to be burned, but it probably wouldn't be Robin that would organise that.
Now, I think Brand and Bara and Sigrun and all of you combined have the good sense to...
It's that, or we stick their heads on spikes right on the southernmost border of our land.
That might accrue some extra shadow points.
That's true. Let's not do that. Let's burn.
No, you have the good sense to charge Halfgrim with creating a large pyre to.
What about putting words in the
bodies.
right ears for, some kind of like medal or something? We did
Sigrun,
kind of
obviously
save the
you
city.
have access to the treasures of Dale, as it were, anyway. But Brand offers the 3 of you, Ithildir, Astanon, and Robin Burrows, your choice of treasure, or perhaps an item of good quality dwarven make from Erebor.
Oh, please, can we give Roger a little uniform?
I'm pretty sure he could.
Esquire. Yeah, he's getting a uniform. I don't care. If I have to pay for it myself. Robin Burrows is getting a little uniform, little Dalish army uniform. I mean, you could choose other stuff to go with it, but you can have that as well.
Full plate armored hobbit.
Esquire of Deal.
I just watched the weariness immediately hit.
Yeah, it's just like you take one step. Oh no.
It's like, I need to sit down.
Just want you to be able to go back to the Shire and when Merry and Pippin rock up, being like, I'm a knight. You go, oh, yeah, good on you. Me too.
Yeah, I want like a Royal Guard outfit.
Yeah.
Just so I can go like...
Sure. I mean, Sigrun. Brand offers you the captaincy of the Royal Guard alongside Halfgrim for your works at protecting Dale.
I mean, yeah, but also no, because
you don't have to stay there.
Yeah, it's about too much.
Can it be an honorary position?
Yeah.
She might just take a squad.
I mean, Halfgrim is also
Halfgrim can do his job.
captain of the guard, so it would be more of an honorary title.
I'll take the honorary title, and I might take a squad.
You charge of the.
Create my own little Dalish special forces unit.
Dale Force 1.
Yeah. Dale Team 6.
As you're looking out from Dale at the mountains of Erebor that are now visible with the mist gone, a deep pang of something missing and longing fills your sad heart, as if you're drawn to the mountain for some reason.
To Erebor?
Yeah.
I'm sure an elf would be perfectly welcome there.
Yeah,
right
probably. They get on all right with the Elven King's halls nearby, don't they? I mean,
I think you might get a princess on a balcony moment here.
Let's go to Erebor then.
I might put my hand on your shoulder and be like,
you can attempt to dissuade Ithildir, but if he
this
wants
is
to
not
go,
the place or the time, Ithildir. You are needed in the West.
Time to go home to Rivendell.
Leave the Easterlings to us. We will deal with the problems here. You have a wound on your heart, friend. Yes, you got medals. Even Chewbacca.
Yeah. So even Ithildir, in this case,
there is a wound on your heart,
medal.
friend, that Erebor cannot mend.
Yeah.
I'm not so sad anymore. I'm just damaged.
Oh,
You must to Lorien to speak with the elves there and make your peace with your own past.
Perhaps.
I fear you've seen enough of war.
or you could go to Erebor and find out what it is that's drawing you there.
Or perhaps you could have some chips.
I'm just trying to stop him from ruining his life. That's all. He can still
Hold on,
do it.
do
if
we
he-
If
know
they'll
that
do
the
this
sword
is
was taken to Erebor?
Purely,
I haven't got a clue.
only
Inside of the
Astamon
No,
knows.
I
Only
then I
Astamon
would-
knows.
Oh, then I wouldn't care if he wants to go to
Nah.
Erebor, because I wouldn't try
This
and
is
stop him.
purely a role-playing choice, I'll say. You can choose to go there.
And
I think
die a
my-
horrible and painful death, because the dwarves will definitely kill you.
I'm a nice elf.
Right up until you pick up
I'm not a
the
wood elf.
Kinslayer.
I'm
guy.
I'm a high elf. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
So what's
That's
your
why I told you to
courtesy
go to
like then?
Lorien.
I'm a nice elf. Roll courtesy. You effing dwarf.
Where's me fucking sword?
There's my broomstick. I don't think my time in the West is quite yet over. I have the feeling that this is just the beginning.
We've
Nah,
already been
I'm pretty
gone too
sure all
long.
the shadow's gone now.
Never
Turn
to
to
come
Rivendell.
back again.
Where is
Take-
Gandalf? For I much desire to speak with him.
Are you all returning to Rivendell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay then.
We get
In
any
that
treasure?
case, Ithildir, as the group of you set off back on the journey to Rivendell, you take one last look and feel one last long, deep pang of sorrow that only an elf could feel as you gaze upon that lonely mountain sat behind you, as if there's something there that you have lost.
I've read
And
enough
should one
Tolkien to
day
know that he would be
retrieve.
like, "Aye, my heart doth cry for Erebor, but my
Yeah,
soul
something like-
desires the lands of Lorien."
I think I'm an elf and there'll be plenty of time to go later.
There you go. And, yeah. Does anyone want to interrogate any of the prisoners or anything like
hell
that
yes.
before you?
I want to interrogate the shit out of them because my special forces crew are going south to kick the shit out of the Dunlendings.
Okay then. Let me have a look. Or athletics. If you're just gonna pummel them.
Oh, I'm going to insight them. I'm going to insight
Yeah,
them.
sure.
I'll let someone else punch them while I listen and see what they let
Yeah.
slip.
Claw laughs at your attempts and says, "We would not betray the brothers free for all the gold in your city or the long painful deaths you can bring upon us." And try again, or someone else can try.
I've got a reroll. I can use
You
it.
have sort of a momentum going forwards now.
How's that?
Ooh.
Pour everything into it. Yeah, he gave away more
managed
than he
to-
thought he gave away.
Yeah, you managed to separate them after that, and Stum finally buckles after hours of interrogation. Friendly chit-chat interrogation, otherwise, shadow. And says, "Long have we lived under the terror of the horse lords, and long ago they drove us from our homes and families across the Eisen, and Farrell, who could bear it no longer, travelled deep into the Shadowlands, far beyond the Horse Lord's reach. And when he returned, he came back with great knowledge and power, but also a will to set the world to change. And the three of them took us along as they set about the will of we know not whom, but another party, in the destruction of Dale. And here now we have finally been betrayed, and I find myself cast into a prison of barding making, never to return home to the south.
Temptation to send him home in a trebuchet is quite high. But I'm not going to do it, because that's what bad guys do. They can rot in a barding prison till the end of their days.
They seem fairly unrepentant.
Yeah, I was getting that from them.
They're casting you and the Horse Lords in the same light as great enemies who have driven them from what they believe rightfully theirs.
Well, then I shall leave
and there is a
Brand
lot
with
of
instructions to open
pain
dialogue with the Horse Lords, and to use Bara to do it. He can reach out as an ambassador. He needs to atone. He needs something to do to make things better, so he can fix himself by opening up a dialogue with the Horse Lords.
Perhaps you can also convince them to prepare for war.
Yeah, Bara is glad to undertake this little quest. And as you leave for Rivendell, he packs up his own things and travels on his entire lonesome down southwards.
No, I don't think I'll let him go on his own. He can take the Special Forces unit.
And he is clearly on his way then to the lands of Rohan.
Is it also worth shoring up their relations with the dwarves of Erebor? If trouble comes this way, it might be good to have both of them on one side.
Until very recently, the relationship between the dwarves of Erebor and Dale was as strong as ever, as they frequently trade with each other, as Dale is basically with what provides them with the food they need to survive, and
Brand's
they in
got
turn give Dale or trade with Dale for various items of dwarven make. I think Brand will set things right now that he has been crowned the King of Dale. And you yourselves pick up the long and lonesome trail in the warming spring air towards Rivendell and Eriador. And with Dale saved, and you travelling off once again along the road, and Isildir looking back longingly for reasons he knows not why at the lonely mountain, we shall leave it there. Thank you everyone for joining us for the Ballad of Bardings, and thank you to my wonderful players for sorting things out.
What happens to them during the War of Shadow? Now we need to know.
Oh, well. The fun part of that is there's a little description of what happens, but it's not that long. So, there's definitely room for some stuff to happen involving a big band of heroes.
What about us?
Well, you could be there as well if you want.
You know what? We're not busy. They aren't going north.
Die,
we'll go north and sort out Angmar. They can fix the rest, all right?
If you all die, we can just replace you with Sigrun's death squad.
Yeah. Sigrun Team 6.
Yeah. Right. Thank you everyone for joining us at Garblag Games. What else is going on in the days to come?
Nobody
That
knows.
terrible
I
question that no
I
one
think
ever knows the answer to.
Coriolis is Tuesday.
Tuesday
next week,
Coriolis,
but then the rest-
Wednesday Rob.
Wednesday
no,
is nothing next week. It's a week off before we start
Yeah, so
session 0
Wednesday
of
and
Marvel the week after.
and Wednesday, and I think Thursday the week after, not
Thursday,
next week, but the week after,
yeah,
is our first episode of Heroic Deeds. I want to say,
Yep.
Pete running
Yes.
it. So,
I believe so. Yeah.
You are good. Yeah.
yeah, but otherwise Wednesday and Thursday next week are quiet because people are on holidays, kids and whatnot.
But yes, it's Pete's doing modified D&D, AD&D campaign, updated for Heroic Deeds, and shenanigans will occur.
No, never.
Doesn't sound like us.
As far as I can tell, everyone playing in that game is completely shenanigan free.
But thank you very much to Lewis for running the One Ring so successfully. It might not
Thank
look
you.
it because he does it very smoothly up front, but there are so many moving parts behind
Juggling.
the scenes.
I'm just constantly
that you have to
juggling
manage.
balls,
I
trying
have
to
run
catch 'em
the
on my
One
feet
Ring,
as well.
and holy crap, there is so many moving parts behind the scenes. It is very
Yeah.
difficult.
The rule book starts off nice and light, and you're like, "Oh, this is
pretty
fairly
chill, yeah,
simple.
I can do
Simple. This
this."
should work all right." And then you get to the lore master bit, and you're like, "Oh, and
Like,
I have to
now,
remember
Lord
that,
Master,
that."
prepare yourself, for you must learn all the lore of the Mithrandir at once.
How good are you at juggling? Yeah. Oh well, it was fun to run. I love running the One Ring,
And we're getting a crap ton of XP, right?
Yeah, you're definitely getting a crap ton of XP. It's also,
I mean,
it
it was
runs
the end of the
very
game, but-
smoothly if you have awesome players like yourselves. So,
Shucks.
it was a pleasure to run it for you.
I mean, that's a lovely white
before,
lie.
But before everyone at home starts throwing up, we'll let them all go.
Yeah, it'd be like that scene in Team America.
Yeah.
What an image to leave our viewers with.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we won't leave them with that. We'll leave them with all of the links that Roger is currently spamming
There you
into the
go.
chat. It's Patreon, Discord, YouTube, and the other one, which subscription, which is still there available. You can see it at the top of the chat screen if you expand your chat screen, or you can read it at the bottom of the chat screen there. If you're watching on YouTube, you probably can't do that because it won't appear there, but you could still do it anyway because Pete has links in all of the things.
There you go.
Okay,
All turns
smoke
out
bomb.
perfect in the end. Good night from us. Goodbye.